when you're not a content creator and you're just watching people online, when you just click on a video and tune in or stream or something, and you're just watching someone online, sometimes it can seem like what they do is so easy and stupid. Like, I could totally do that, or with a bit of practice I could totally do that. It's not hard at all. How come they get to do like nothing for a living? What an easy job. That's so like stupid. Or sometimes it can seem so simple. And then you decide to follow your passions, do what you love, and you decide, I'm going to be a content creator, and you become a content creator yourself, and you learn that you are wrong. That being a content creator is difficult. It's hard. And I mean, not necessarily creating content. There's obviously work involved, like a lot more work than people think. And there's a lot of challenges, a lot of learning, a lot of constantly improving, being frustrated with yourself because you want to be better, and constantly striving to do more and higher quality. But that's very rewarding, and I'd say that really isn't what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to is the other side of being a content creator. And I kind of put this under one umbrella, which is just the mental game of being a content creator is really damn hard. It's really tough. And it's harder for some people than others, like those who are struggling with mental health, those who are in a really difficult living situation or financial situation. I mean, I'm actually quite lucky because relative to what I could be going through, my situation's pretty good. But even still, it's dang hard. It's really hard. The mental game is not easy. Whether it's having to deal with people, regardless of the sort of relationship, it can be something where it's something where it's positive, negative, where you're not sure of the kind of interaction you're having. A lot of the time it's just through a message or a comment or something, and a lot of the time you can move on very quickly, but sometimes the drama just pulls you in and you're not sure what to do. And there's that side of it. People's side is also a very good side, connecting when you actually connect. But I mean, there's also the other side to it, which is the thing that I think I've struggled with a lot, but I've also seen other creators getting really sucked into and really hurt by. Actually hurt by. Like, this is causing physical pain. And that is a feeling of worthlessness brought on by statistics, by numbers which are never going to be right. They're never going to be good enough. They're never going to be perfect. When they're really good, you're like, how am I going to sustain this? When they're not good, you're like, I'm a failure. And it's just constant, and it's so set in solid stone. You cannot argue with it. That it's really difficult as a creative individual, as a content creator, to process it, especially if what you're putting out there is yourself. It's really hard not to take it personally. And as a creator, I've spent so much time putting my heart and soul and everything and time and pouring it into things, and then feeling like when I put it out there, I've just thrown it into a void where it can drift off and then disappear for all of time so no one ever sees it, and it's like it never existed. I'm not the only one who feels this way either, and I've seen it more and more because people are starting to be more open about it, but it's tough. It's really tough. And recovering from that over and over and over again. If you're a content creator that hasn't caught a break, that is the worst. That is really the worst. And people say things like, oh, you're not doing it correctly. You're not tagging it correctly. Have you tried editing your thumbnails? Have you tried doing... Yes, the answer is yes, I have. Thank you. I mean, it's... You always have to try new things, and I get that, but I'm sure other content creators out there, you can feel me on this one. sometimes it just feels like nothing you do will be good enough. And there's just no point. And I think that's the real cause of burnout, is when you feel like there's no point. When you could be working on something and your mind tells you, but why? It's not gonna matter anyway. That's what I reckon causes real burnout. Is not just working too hard or doing it too long, or you can stick with something for a very long time, but I think it's that feeling of, but it's never gonna get anywhere. You know, that goal you had, oh yeah, that thing's delusional, huh? That feeling, I think, is what causes burnout. And I think that feeling is a feeling a lot of content creators have a lot of the time. And I don't know if other creators are like this, but I know for me for certain that I reached that stage of burnout via my definition of, there's nothing I can do for this to work. It's just not gonna work. And then what I do is I kind of, not exactly give up, but I'm at that point where I could go either way. I could give up or I could restart. And I mean, at that point, it's like everything is missing. Like all your internal organs are missing, like you're empty and there's nothing there, and you feel like the absolute lowest of lows, like you are the most worthless piece of nothing in the world. And then for me, what I would do is I would pick myself back up and say, you know, I've just got to rebrand. I've just got to put a new schedule together. I've just got to try again. And this is going to be the time where it's going to work. And then, you know, you put out the content, you do it consistently, you do it over and over, and then you do it for a year, and then you look back and you're like, it still hasn't worked. And it's like, go back to that stage where, again, it's all gone and it's all missing and you've given up and you've burnt out and you're like, why? What am I doing wrong? Is it something with me? Is there something wrong with me? Am I the problem? And then again, ever the optimist, I'll stand up and rebrand and try again. And I reached this stage recently, and I was there recently, and I'm starting again. 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 So, I guess in a strange sense, this is a video to announce I have a new YouTube schedule. I'm going to be posting things regularly again, and I'm going to try rebranding and try doing everything again. But maybe a little bit more of an insight into why. And this time I'm going to be trying different things. I do each time, obviously, but this time I'm going to try doing something like this, where I speak to you. And I speak to you like me, without a script, without fancy effects, just so that you can get to know me as a human. Because I feel like one of the biggest issues I've had with my channel is that I've always tried to create the most perfect content I can, and it's never perfect, but I always try and make it really good. I haven't had the ability to record myself performing live until recently. Usually I had to record the music first and lip sync along, and then that would of course be fake. It's the only option I had, but hey, it was fake because I'm a fake person for doing the only thing I could. But I mean, now I think maybe this will help in that you can see who I am. So I'm going to try starting to do vlogs. Well, the hope is every week. I'm going to be posting up videos, including hopefully every Monday a video that I do live where you can see me singing, in not lip syncing along with the video, just literally singing live, so you can see me actually doing what I do. And then a character video on Fridays, and hopefully an actual proper music video, which will have lip syncing, because that's how you make music videos. And that'll probably be not every week, but whenever I can, on Wednesdays. And I mean, I know it seems like a lot of a rant to get to just announcing a schedule, but as a content creator, if you're a content creator and you're watching this, regardless of how small or large you are, I want you to see that you're not alone. And if you're looking at content creators going, that's so easy, I want you to know that you're wrong. It's not. And you don't know till you do it, but it's really not easy at all. And the hard part of it is not something you can learn in school. It's not something you can get from being extremely talented at a musical instrument or extremely good looking in terms of your physical appearance. It's something that every single person, regardless of whether they explode straight away online or whether they're never going to be discovered the entire time they post, even if they post a video every day for the rest of their lives, it's something every single person has to go through, and it's not easy. And when I start again and I rebrand, that there's so much more behind that than just, oh, new strategy, or yay, new album. There's so much more to it. And there's so much emotion and hope and love and time put into that. Mostly hope. A lot of optimism and thinking maybe this is the one. So I hope you will join me. Please do subscribe to me and whatever else it is YouTubers say at the end of videos, like the bell ding, whatever, you know what to do if you've watched YouTube. And I hope that you can be with me as this becomes the one. Thank you for watching my rants, and hopefully I'll get better at ranting on the internet through vlog videos as time goes on. Thank you for bearing with me for however long this went for. You're awesome.